We remember the babies born sleeping, those we carried but never held, those we held but couldn't make it home, those that made it home but could not stay. Asitonka, Aggrey-Abah, and channel is called AsyDarlyn because I'm such a darling. My heart goes out to every mother, every woman, everyone that has had to look at those lines, everyone that has had to have a heart skip. When you look at a feather, when you look at a rainbow, it talks to you differently. You're still a mother. Mothers of angel babies. My heart goes out to all the mothers of angel babies. Your rainbow is coming. And even to those that have their rainbow babies, nobody is to tell you when the hurt will stop. Nobody is to tell you when you should stop grieving that child that you never had or that child that you lost too soon. No matter how many babies you eventually get, there's always this space in your heart for the child that you lost. And don't let society, don't let anybody tell you it's okay, brush it aside, maybe you are, at least you have others or you have another one. There's nobody that has every hold on you to say that. You have every right to grieve and remember. So in this Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Week, it's for you to remember. We remember our angel babies, we remember our babies that are resting in heaven. We remember all the good things we have thought we would do with them, from the time we saw those lines up until when our hearts sank with disappointing news. There's no easy way around a miscarriage, around a child loss. So when we're talking about pregnancy and infant loss, we're talking from chemical pregnancy. Chemical pregnancies are ladies that saw those positive lines and lost it quite early, before even they made it to their first scan. We have chemical pregnancy, it just flashes. We have the second one, which is sometimes you do a test, that's for chemical pregnancy. You do the test, you get positive, maybe in 2 days time you do it and it's faint, and that's when probably the doctor will tell you had a chemical pregnancy. Or those that have very early miscarriages, so we're saying maybe immediately after you just see or even before your first scan, having a very early miscarriage, that's also very, that's pain to another level. We're talking of those that had miscarriage but also another baby was there, so there's maybe having a vanishing twin or miscarrying one twin. We're talking about those mothers that had to give birth to their babies, late miscarriage. So we're talking about those that had to give birth to their babies sleeping already. We're talking about those that actually went through the 9 months and when they gave birth, the baby was already sleeping. And then we're talking about mothers that made it home but lost their infants to seeds. This is so hard, it is so tough. Like, it took me so long to do this video because I personally, I have an experience with losing a child. Some of you may already know, but my son was 2 on Tuesday. My son got 2 on Tuesday, and anytime he gets to his birthday, it becomes this feeling of, oh my God, once again. That pregnancy, actually, I was pregnant for twins. I know a couple of friends already know that. I was pregnant for twins and I lost the other twin. My son made it through and we have all seen Micah. But I lost the other twin at about, I don't know, between 8 to 10 weeks. So I went for my scan, I saw the 2 sacs, babies are fine. Went for other scans, and at some point they couldn't get the damning news. Mothers that have gone through this, that is the news that when you hear it, your entire earth stops. So you just hear, the doctor actually said, we can't find any cardiovascular activity on twin B. That was all. We cannot find any cardiovascular activity on twin B. So they zoomed in and zoomed in and zoomed in. Actually, the heartbeat is so tiny of a flicker. I just kept praying and there was nothing. I did not bleed. I did not. So basically the baby was just there and just was vanishing, so to speak. While Micah was getting bigger, okay, reaching, when he's 10 weeks, he gets like, he keeps growing. The second sac with the baby inside, everything complete, was just getting smaller and smaller. And Man, the pain is different for every mother. The pain is different. The pain is different. Nobody should say, oh, that one is a different. No. In fact, it's even worse because I kept battling guilt. Should I be happy for this baby that survived, or I should mourn for the one I lost? Or because a lot of people say, at least one stayed, and many people got on my nerves with that statement, because what is the meaning of that? I know that one stayed, but when you dismiss it, and most people always, you do not know what to say to a woman that has lost a child. Stop saying, at least you know you will get pregnant. Don't say it. At least you know you can get pregnant, another one will come. Don't say it. Just say, how are you? Or sometimes just listen and keep quiet. And the bad part is those other women, please. If someone says she lost her baby, because I'm getting so pissed, like, she lost her baby. Auntie, it's not a time for Debbie Downer. We're not trying to do competition for affliction. So someone lost her baby and you're like, only one. Me, I had 10 miscarriages. Excuse me. We're not trying to do competition for who has received more afflictions. If you're going to explain that you had 10 miscarriages in a way to make her know that you know how much hurt she's going through, fine. But if you're going to explain that you had 10 miscarriages in a way to make her feel like whatever she's going through, she has not even started, please stop it. Please, let's stop it, because these things happen so much. And unlike just people going through infertility, and that's why if you have not watched that video, please go down below. I will link that playlist, the playlist on our infertility journey and all those videos I did. When you keep asking a woman, when will it happen? What is happening? You do not know how many kids. You do not know how many miscarriages. You don't know her medical history. You don't know what's happening with her body. You don't know. So one lady, in fact, I was just checking up on the internet. One lady was like, okay, somebody asked her, okay, how old are you? She was like, she's 34. And the person was like, 34. And you have not thought to start giving birth. Get right to it. And she was like, I've had 6 miscarriages. The person's like, It's like, yes, because at what point would you have learned to shut up? That's it. Like, at what point would you have? Because now the person, guess what the person will say? I'm sure some of you know, I didn't mean it that way. But does it make sense? You've just reminded her of her 6 babies that she lost. 6. You're looking at the age of, oh my God, your biological clock is ticking. You're forgetting that people go through so much. So much. And I'm going to actually do a separate video on, yes, I've talked about the infertility journey, but I'm going to also do a video that's going to earmark my experience with the pregnancy. Oh man, I don't even want to think about it. I was supposed to do this video for a long time, but I just kept pushing it because for me, yes, one is about doing the video itself. Another thing is I want to do this video so that my son will watch it. It will serve as a memorial, it will serve as a diary. I read my diary the other day and I cannot remember going through that much pain, you know. So if you're a mother here, most times I think what helped me that period, if I'm going to advise, is to keep a journal. Keep a journal. Of course the rainbow will come. Keep a journal. Just write things down. Write things down, because when I felt like I was going to explode, I just started writing. Some days where, oh my God, I woke up with excruciating waist pain. I don't know what is going on. Like, I read my diary and it's almost like it's a different person talking. So another thing you shouldn't say to a woman that has just lost her baby is at least they're in a better place. God, I don't even know who started saying that kind of thing. Don't say anything. Just don't say anything. I believe that you shouldn't say anything. You shouldn't say anything. Because it rubs off. Yes, of course, the person knows they're in a better place, but that should not be the first thing that will come out of your mouth. It's almost like, okay, here with me, feeling my heart up as a mother, is it not a better place? Do you understand? Like, put yourself in the shoes of that person. Women go through a lot. So the next time you want to attack somebody about the state of their uterus, please remember you have no idea. And We live in a society where people don't usually talk about it, because the truth is nobody actually owes you that much of an explanation, like I just lost my baby, or this is what happened, or that is what happened, unless they are very close to you. So please try as much as possible not to be insensitive, okay? And also remember the fathers. Yes, the women go through the whole matter when it comes to body changes, when it comes to the pain, but the men also go through so much. So that's a dad that just lost his child. Men, please don't be insensitive in the office. Don't make insensitive remarks. Let us not all forget that the man is actually a human too. So he's seeing Father's Day and he knows that all his babies are sleeping with the Lord. Like, it is pain, yes, he cannot express, but we should also try as much as possible to be sensitive, okay? I believe that if you have gone through any of this, please, you can find that platform very suiting. You're meeting different women that have gone through that same thing. Sometimes it's even easier to express your pain with people that feel the pain directly, not to a friend that probably has never gone through it, or to somebody else, or even to family. They will keep saying, no, don't be saying negative things, or I'm not saying negative things. Oh, don't be remembering the past. That's my child. You can't tell me not to be remembering the past. What do you mean? You can't tell me to be forget about that. No. People can be very insensitive. I'm not talking about strangers. This is family. So if you don't want to talk to your family members, it's best you join this platform and meet other ladies that are going through this, and at least you can freely cry. I don't believe that people should allow people bottle things up. If any day you feel like crying, let it out. Just cry. Really cry, because that was your child. Some people give birth to the children and throw them on the road. So you cannot say everybody's miscarriage, the person should feel it. So even if you don't feel your own that much, you'll be like, me, I even had one miscarriage. I had like 10 miscarriages before. That one is, I have 6 children now. You might not feel it. You might not feel it, but somebody might just have had one, and her own is chemical pregnancy, like she didn't get to do a scan. But just those 2 lines, that was her baby that died. You can't tell her that that baby is not valid. You can't tell her that, oh, simply because the pregnancy didn't get to this point, that she should not grieve. Do you understand? Like this, we live in a society that people are always quick to rate your pain. Oh no, if the pain has not gotten to this level, it should not be called pain. I don't think so. I don't think so. So somebody that has gone through very early miscarriage is still going, that's loss, that pain, everything is still there. Okay, so I spoke about rainbow babies. For those of you that don't know, rainbow babies are babies that are born after a miscarriage, okay? And you should note that when a lady becomes pregnant after a miscarriage, it's almost like she has to hold her breath throughout the 9 months. The fear, if she turns, you wake up with a start. You're like, there's some nights I'm trying to, hey, my baby's not turning. Hey, he's not turning. What have I done? How did I sleep? You know, they say don't sleep on your back. I wake up, I find myself on my back. I'm like, hey, I've suffocated this baby. Oh, what is happening? I stand up maybe in a start and try to, you don't even understand the amount of pain and fear that a woman goes through when she has all those things coming through in her mind. So here are some things you need to know about pregnancy or infant loss. Number 1, the experience is more common than you think. There are lots of people that have gone through it, and don't ever feel ashamed to speak about it. If you're somebody that you get a lot of healing by expressing yourself, like I said, you can decide to keep a journal, you can decide to do videos, you can decide to do daily videos about how you feel. This is how I'm feeling today. This is how I'm feeling today. This is how for some reason, if you need to speak, please, as much as possible, try to speak. Don't feel ashamed about it. The thing you need to know is that for some women, conceiving is not the problem. They conceive, but staying pregnant, that's where the real problem is. So you see people that have conceived 8, 10 times, but they probably have not passed their 4th month, 6th month, or even the ones that get to 7 months, the baby is born sleeping. That is quite painful, just as painful or even more than you think. The next one, number 3, don't feel like a failure. I know with every time you see that trickle of blood, with every time you feel that sharp stabbing pain, with every time the doctor says those horrifying words, no cardiovascular activity, it is another stab to the chest. Do not feel like a failure. These miscarriages do not make you less of a woman or less of a person or less of a man, because it affects both the husband and the wife. The next one, you should know that these issues affect the relationship. It affects marriages. Please try as much as possible to seek counseling if you can. Emotional support is very important, even when it's positive, because of worry. You know that even this positive result, what will happen? What if? So emotional support is really, really important. And even for the woman, it can be very hard on the woman, but it's also hard on the man. Try as much as possible to open up to each other so that you can help each other through this journey. Not to every friend, not to every Tom, Dick and Harry, but open up to yourself as man and wife to help yourselves through this journey, this painful journey of losing it. If you have a friend that lost a child, lost a pregnancy, this is not a time to complain about your pregnancy symptoms. This is not the time to complain about how your children are pestering you. I know that having kids, the kids are part of your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. They encompass your daily activity, but just try as much as possible to look out for your friend, okay? Look out for your friend. Not in her presence would you complain about everything that reminds her of her pain, okay? And another thing you shouldn't, absolutely not, it should not come out of your mouth. Don't just look at them and say, just adopt. Just adopt. Adoption and every other thing that goes with it, whether they are considering adoption or surrogacy or whatever, you should still allow people grieve. Just adopt is not something that, I'm sure they didn't ask for you to give that kind of advice. I'm very sure they did not ask, and it's very insensitive to just throw it as if adoption is an easy process. Please note that in Nigeria, adoption is really, really tedious. Really, really, really tedious. Legal adoption, not the ones they go to buy babies. Legal adoption is very tedious. So try as much as possible. I know this video might sound like a downer, and I know it's just mainly because this particular topic hits home in every area. So I just decided, you know what, let me just share my thoughts about it. I don't know if you know somebody that has lost a baby. Just comment the rainbow emoji down below and share your thoughts. Give strength. Whatever comment you leave down below, put that rainbow emoji. For every angel baby we know, for every sleeping baby we know, these are angel babies. Put the wings or the rainbow emoji, signifying that their rainbow baby is going to come. It's definitely going to come. And the wings, so that they know that God is on their side, okay? So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click the like button. Give this video a thumbs up. I know it's not like the conventional video, but one thing you should know, even the Bible says you grieve with those that are grieving, rejoice with those that rejoice. And sometimes information is very important. You might not be going through it. In fact, you might even be single, but knowing how to react to people in different situations is very, very important. You cannot overemphasize it. So please try as much as possible to reach out. You can share this video to somebody that is going through that and encourage them. If they need to cry, allow them cry. Cry with them. Don't say anything. Just be there, so that you don't say the wrong things. By all means, this is a very sensitive issue, and we know that family and friends, you love us, but try as much as possible to even be extra sensitive when you relate to people that have gone through this, okay? I remain your girl, AsyDarlyn. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. As I said before, thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.